Greeting to our beloved lecturer, Mr. Ahmad Fauzi bin Abdul Hamid. As we know, the World Health Organization (WHO) declared that COVID-19 is a global pandemic, which been announced on March 11, 2020. Malaysian government take a new step to stop this COVID-19 outbreak from spreading, whereas Movement Control Order (MCO) had been conducted, which make half of the sector in Malaysia experience a big loss because some sector cannot operate like they usually do. For example, on employment sector, when they cannot operate like usual, then their goals cannot be achieved, and even to pay salary of their employees may not be done. Since during this pandemic, there's a lot of people and even businesses have financial problems. If they cannot pay salary of their employees, then the possibility of being fired was higher. If that happened, then it will increase the unemployment rate in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Shahmin Saidin. The next current issue is about credit risk. During the COVID-19, many people affected who is currently unemployed, especially in our country Malaysia. Banks also suffering huge losses due to their borrower inability to pay their debts because most borrowers losing to their employment. Various problems and challenges indicate credit risk on banking companies. So the impact we see is increase the loss of bank credit income. In the current slow economic situation, the need for financial financing is not as vibrant as before. Therefore, banks do not need to require repayment as not many people are interested in getting a loan even though the policy rate is currently low at 2%. So there are two solutions how to reduce credit risk during the COVID-19. Firstly is rescheduling of payment. Therefore, the borrower can make an agreement with the lender regarding the time for repayment of the credit. For example, in the initial agreement will pay off the credit this month. And the last one, use the platform e-commerce where the debt can be paid through e-commerce. The banks will automatically charge each borrower purchase. For example, the borrower buys on the e-Shopee site for Rm 13 ringgit, so Rm 1 ringgit will be charged by the bank.
Hi, I'm Eli Imezli binti Roni as the third presenter for issue B&M was conducted by government to offer a loan moratorium. Loan moratorium was begin from April until the end of September. It is the steps taken by B&M together with the banking sector to support the government's efforts to help the people and businesses in order to reduce the cash flow concern, to ensure that the people are protected during this MCO period. Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, UK, Italy, Canada, and US are among countries that have introduced the moratorium. Do you know that Malaysia is the first country to implement the moratorium and has become a country that offers a moratorium for a period of 6 months? Since April 1, 2020, the value of moratorium is 59 billion ringgit, and overall there is 7.7 billion of people make use of it, which is 93% of individual borrower. The discussions between the government, B&M, and the banking sector on the future that they have committed to continue to help the people and business in need during this challenging period. As for solutions, B&M offers an extension of loan moratorium for individuals that lost their jobs during COVID-19 pandemic. Reduction in loan installment offered to individual that is still in employment, but their salaries been affected. Not only that, it is flexible to extend the repayment of the loan for individual and SME borrowers as it provided by banks.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Walter. The next current issue arising in credit management is the borrower feels a bit relief for few months, but this loan moratorium give them impact for a long time, such as the interest will be charged and tenor will be extended. Robert Ford, the financial planner, says that the cost of the deferment depends on the amount of loan. The termination of which borrowers is actually in terms of the tenor of the loan and how the loan is arranged. If the borrower is in the 18 years or 20 years tenor, the effect will not be great because there won't be much of the unpaid number. But if the borrower has only begun paying for the first few years and has a large outstanding sum, the interest will be measured on the basis of that amount. By the end of the day, this loan moratorium will have more interest paid. The definition of the value of the money is not known by the both borrowers and non-borrowers. This word is a common one. The interest is compounded if they do not pay now and end up paying more lately. So, the solution of this issue are: first, moratorium is just a mechanism for cash flow control. Next, if credit worthiness of borrowers does not decline, lenders are supposed to gain. And lastly is the moratorium interest depends on the rate of economy recovery. That's all from me.
Clarice Arunika Jain. I'm going to present about the impact of COVID-19 pandemic to borrower and bank. During this COVID-19 pandemic, not only borrower got impact, but bank also will got on impact. The impact of this pandemic to borrower is they unable to pay their loan in the bank. This is because they lost their job and the salary that they receive is not same as usual. While the impact of this pandemic to the bank is difficult to provide a loan to the customer. This is because the source of bank financing such as shareholder fund, deposit and loan capital cannot be maintained due to implementations of loan moratorium. Other than that, the liquidity in the bank also decreased due to unpaid debt. The solution for this problem is the bank should consider interest rate. When the bank offer low interest rate, the customer can pay the loan after the loan moratorium expire, even if the salary that they receive is not much. The bank should also raise new fund at reasonable price so customer can still buy it. That's all from our group. Thank you.